I've just been sitting here fingering myself.
Oh, I see what you're doing. I did think that I heard some sort of voices going on, so it's very clever what he's done, which is he's taken up. Do you know what also gave it away? Is that the camera picture is flipped, and I thought that's weird. Why does his background look the opposite of what it would normally look?
Great,
like that.
Great detective skills. That
is good, isn't it?
Like a young Batman.
Clever.
I've got Batman comments.
Yeah. Detective 27.
Right. With all of that chit chat out of the way, let's do a recording of a podcast. Happy with yourself?
I thought that we were going to do it in unison, but I didn't know you were going to. I thought like it was going to be
after three. 1, 2,
3. Let's do it.
Welcome to Unwrapped, the official podcast, as I've written down, of Food Review UK. My name is Nate Pearson, and tonight is going to be thick, double C, double K, with cool chat about milkshakes. But first, just like any good milkshake, I prefer our first host with a helping of cream on top. It's Stuart Bullock.
Oh, where you putting the cream?
On top.
Nice.
So if you're stood, it'll just be literally on the crown of
my baldy head.
Yeah. If you're laying down, perhaps your buttocks. If you're face down.
God, carry on.
Would you like the cream? More importantly, where's the best? Where can I put? Sure, where can I put cream when you'd feel comfortable?
Oh dear. Oh no.
Our next host is like a milkshake in that he ruins paper straws trying to get into them. It's Michael Jamieson.
Where are they putting the straw?
Well, yeah, that's the point, isn't it? Possibly penis, possibly buttocks.
Yeah.
Where would you like it to
ideal.
put it?
Well,
Where would you like to put a straw that makes you feel comfortable?
Not there. Oh, you
How
actually.
are you both?
I'm alright.
Yes.
If you had to have a straw inserted into one of your bodily orifices, which one would you go for?
Wow.
How far?
Up to the knobbles.
Oh, God.
Okay, so you're thinking of the bendy jobbies.
Wait, mouth end or other end? Drink end?
Other end. Long end.
Oh,
so what we're talking there, we're talking 4 to 5 inches of straw.
Yeah. I'd probably be gagging if I put it in my mouth, so I'm going to have to go arse.
And that's the podcast title.
I'd check if I can take... I guess I'd check if I can take it in the arse first, and if not, only leaves one option, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely the order you'd do it as well.
Yeah, it's best.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'd probably say mouth and try and manipulate it with my tongue so that it bent in half and that I wasn't gagging, but... You know.
What about the straw?
Well, possibly. That's why it's a man game. Right. We are flying solo tonight, guys. No
all
guests.
3 of us. Yep.
All 3 of us. All 3 solos. 3 amigos on their own. Just lads. Being lads. Talking about food. Food unladded and unladded.
You could call us Lando Calrissian or Lando Calcium. Han
Tria.
There's no milkshake pun that you can do there, Michael.
Chew banana.
Back to gagging on it.
Han Vanilola.
No. Let's not. I just want to chat to you both for a little bit before we get into the podcast, because we don't do this very often. Whenever whenever we've got guests, naturally we want to spend time with them and get to know them and get to, find out what they're up to. Obviously, we had a fantastic guest last time and found out some things we, weren't necessarily expecting. But, I want to talk to you guys. Normally just get a little bit of a flavour of what's going on in your life. But I'm just a little chat with you. So, Stuart, how are you?
Hang on. So you're basically saying this is going to be sort of like a slightly less professional, bit of like off the clock sort of chat.
Yeah, I just want to, we every episode I'm like, Stuart, how you doing? Stuart comes on, yeah, I'm all right. How you doing? Yeah. MJ, how you doing? Yeah, we just get that. The listeners aren't really getting a bit of, us. They're not really getting what's going on in our lives. They're not really getting to hear about, what's important to us in these troubling times. And I just thought it's nice to have just a little, a circle jerk of conversation, if you will.
Oh, so, that's a really nice thought, mate. Yeah, I'll see you in like 15 minutes, I suppose. Then.
Yeah, that's fine. Stuart, how are you? What's going on? You've obviously been away a little bit. You're going away. Tell us about that. What are you doing with your life?
I haven't prepared anything for this. Do you want me to just improvise or?
Stuart, I want you to do whatever makes you feel comfortable.
I'm taking my pants. I'm going camping in a couple of weeks. Looking forward to that. A few places. There's a particular food and drink place that I'm hoping to get some food and drink from when I am in Cornwall. So that'll be nice. I'm all right. I ate out for the first time since lockdown started today. So that was a momentous hurdle to get over.
Yeah, you say you ate out. Was that takeaway or was that like a sit down jobby?
It was a sit down. It's like a food court. So.
How did you feel? Did you feel comfortable? Did you feel safe?
Yeah, I did, to be honest. There's quite a lot of people wandering around. They've spaced the tables out. There's loads of space. You just got idiots walking around in between them, though, just gormless teenage girls. And like, even if there wasn't a pandemic on, that's rude. Don't stand near me while I'm eating my lunch. But scratters in it. Yeah, it was all right. I think I'm feeling a bit. Not particularly wound up about the old COVID anymore.
Wound up? What angry wound up or
nah,
tense?
Just like tense about it, anxious about it. It's at the beginning. It seemed inevitable that everyone was going to get it and loads of people were going to die, and I haven't got it, and I'm still alive. So it's all right, isn't it?
Both plus points in your column, I would imagine.
Yes, and some people say 2020's been a washout of a year. Yeah, it's been good.
It's been good.
It's been good. Been watching some sick Japanese TV programs about food.
Yeah, I mean, sick is definitely a word I'd use, but I'm not sure it's in the same context. But that's good. Cornwall, been before?
No, I've always considered it to be a bit too far of a schlep, really.
Wow.
Can be like you hear people talking and going like, "Oh, it took us 12 hours to get back from Cornwall to Manchester and stuff," but we can't go anywhere else. We're not leaving the country. We're gonna go to Cheddar first. So from Cheddar to Cornwall, it's only a few hours. So, but we'll take the plunge and do it. Expensive, is it?
No, Cheddar.
Oh, right. I thought you were saying I'm going to need a lot of bunts in Cornwall.
That's where the term comes from. It's so expensive there. That's where they got the term Cheddar from.
I'm looking forward to that. There's loads of places I want to go around there. Some good breweries in Bristol and that.
Get in the caves.
Yeah, well, the caves are shut.
Get out of the caves.
Stay out of the caves. Stay out of the black and into the red. Get nothing in this game for two in a bed.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very true.
No,
Always said that.
Looking forward to it though. Nice.
Cornwall's lovely. I mean, I've not been to Cornwall for many a donkey's year, and it's. But my one and only experience of Cornwall was that it was a very beautiful part of the world, and would love to go back. But it is purely down to logistics that I have not. It is a schlep even for us Southerners. So to be coming down from Manchester, I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure I'd particularly want to do that, but I hope you have a great time. And are you camping there?
Yeah, camping in Cheddar, then packing up, driving down to Cornwall, unloading, setting up again, camping again. That's that. I mean, you didn't need quite as detailed logistics as that, but
Yeah.
That is what we're doing, yeah.
I know I needed all of that. I needed absolutely every morsel of that. Good. Oh, you love a bit of camping, don't you?
Do. I very much enjoy it. Very much enjoy it. I think anyone that doesn't like camping is an absolute prick.
Yeah, rotter, isn't they?
Anyone who is actively trying to spoil what would be an incredible weekend spent with friends, an affordable weekend spent with friends, is a scumbag of a human being.
Michael Jameson, how are you?
Yeah. No, it's good, isn't it? Same as Stuart, yeah, sort of.
How's your summer? You've obviously had you've both had disappointing news, but I suspect probably hit you slightly harder. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, I would assume it hit me harder just because I'm a bit more childish than Stuart.
Yeah.
I'm a bit of a child really, so I get disappointed easily when things don't go my way. I'm such a baby. No, what are we on? I think we're on 20. We're on roughly 25 theme park trips that have been cancelled this year. So yeah, annoying. However, there is an opportunity for more to be cancelled because Claire and I have planned. Well, Claire and I and Claire's parents, we planned a trip to go to Europe. So we're replacing Florida with Europe, hopefully. Which will be about a just over a week tour through France, Belgium, Germany, and then back into France.
Well, I mean, and we know, Europe's a pretty safe place to be at the moment. So touch wood, that'll be fine.
Yeah, it's going to be awful when we get up to. I think it's only another 7 parks, 6 or 7 parks. So it'd only bring up to like 30s, about 30 theme park trips cancelled for the year. No, joking apart, yeah, that'll hopefully be good. I'm clinging on to Black Widow coming out. We'll see. I reckon it's possible they could all just get shifted again, and that would make the year. If Europe gets cancelled and Black Widow gets cancelled or delayed, whatever, that would actually mean. I'm not sure anything of note happened in this year for the good.
It's a funny one, the old Black Widow, and indeed any big tentpole films, because I would imagine that it's a bit of a vicious circle, really, because the cinemas probably won't want to open until they've got a stock of big films coming out, because they want to try and recoup the money. But equally, without those cinemas opening, the big films won't want to try and distribute. So it's really difficult. One film is going to have to just stay the course and hope that it just wins through the summer. Do you know what I mean? Because let's say, Tenet is obviously Tenet's the big one because that's the one that was like adamant it was going to move, and it's now moved twice, if not 3 times.
Yeah.
So if Tenet was to go, do you know what? Fuck it. Who cares about the virus? We're just going to stick it, and cinema's going to open, and we're going to let you see it. And that's like literally the only film out there. It could do gangbuster numbers because there could be just people just going.
The only one out.
Yeah, I want to go and see it 50 times because it's the only thing I can see.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's due out in a couple of weeks over here. I fucking hope that comes out because I've severely missed new films at the cinema. I have been to the cinema once, like a couple of weeks ago.
What are the cinemas showing at the moment then?
They're basically showing a mix, but basically classics, cult or otherwise. So I saw Empire Strikes Back.
Right.
I've seen things like and also recent stuff, as in the films that were on just before the cinema shut. So Bloodshot, I've seen on classics or new modern classics like Greatest Showman. I've seen The Hangover showing. So quite a big mix.
Right.
What about? I thought there was 1 or 2 new stuff that was out there. Wasn't it the Russell Crowe one, the Unhinged?
As far as I'm aware, that's the only new movie that's come out, but I may be wrong. But yeah, that came out, I think, 31st of July over here. I was tempted. I'm not going to lie. If Aylesbury was open, I probably would have seen it. But our local one, Aylesbury isn't open yet, so our nearest is like Milton Keynes, pretty much.
Fair enough. I mean, if you feel comfortable going in the cinema, I don't imagine you'll. From what I've seen, I imagine there's worse films that you could watch, and under the circumstances, it'll probably feel like an Oscar winner.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So.
I will say the other thing I've been clinging on to during my life, about the past 2 or 3 weeks, I've sort of been my favourite thing in the world is Invincible. My favourite comic book is Invincible. So I was chatting to these boys just before we came on recording. That I've completed my run of Invincible. So issue 1 to 144 I've now completed after sort of reading it for 10 plus years and being obsessed with it and loving it and whatnot. So that felt amazing because that was a long time coming.
It's probably good that they cancelled it, isn't it? So that you get to have that achievement of completing the run.
Yeah. So I mean, I was devastated when I don't know if that does seem a little bit tongue in cheek, but I will answer it as if it was serious. I was devastated at the time, but at the end of the day, the ending was absolutely brilliant. Really, really good. It was nicely evolved, and it's always sad when things go on too long and they drive things into the ground. And I think it may be avoidable. It may be unavoidable with a lot of things. So 144 issues. It means that you know when certain story beats are. It's a nice, concise run. There is no filler. Invincible has no filler. It's all killer. So it felt incredible to finally complete it. But then I made the really stupid decision to go after all of the variant covers, which is where there is so much cost. So I'm now looking for variant covers of Invincible, and it is it's kind of fun. It's kind of a fucking nightmare.
Fair enough. The other thing that I imagine we've got, with all the extra time that you've got on your hands, when can we expect to see the KFC wrap?
Let the record state MJ didn't say anything.
By this stage, I would be so embarrassed to have that music go out like with my name attached to it, because it was probably 4 years ago that I made it.
Yeah, it was before this podcast, which, as we now know, is 3 years old.
I had forgotten about that. Could have been something that I was doing during lockdown, because I did re-pick it up, 6 months ago or something?
And you definitely told us you started filming some of it.
I have, I started filming it. I've even recorded some bits.
Same thing.
When was the last time I fingered it? Wow, it was literally a year ago that it looks like it was a year ago that I last fingered it. That's mental.
Sorry, you last what? Fingered
it, yeah. I was editing it a year ago. That's gone quick. Because that was me returning to it. Fucking hell. Oh, that's so bad. That's so bad. Because Stuart put so much work in doing the actual, like...
Oh, you chased him. You chased him several times.
Yeah.
Yeah, Look, it's not news that I'm an arsehole. That's not news.
This is why...
That's the end of that statement.
This is why I don't feel bad when often Michael will ask me to make some music for him. And sometimes I'll always say yes, but then sometimes I just won't do it. Because I just think to myself, like, I get it, I go, do I think Michael will ever... Like, when he asked me to compose a theme tune for a cartoon about fruits in France called Le Fruits, and, like, I started writing this piece of music and spent about 2 or 3 hours on it, and I just thought,
oh, no.
He probably won't ever do anything. He's never going to make a cartoon about fruit. So I'll just stop. And I did.
Do you know what? I am the best person. I promise you, I am the best person in the world at ideas, but only the first 10% of ideas. If I could just plug my brain into a completion machine, I'd be just absolute billionaire.
I love how your thought process is, though. Oh, I've had this idea. I've had this like tiny minuscule idea for a title or for something. Right, how do I start it? Shall I write a script? No. I'll email Stuart and ask him to write a theme tune for it.
Yeah, I've got the fruits on here somewhere. Le Foots. Where is it? Oh, the search on this is not very good. Is it in here? Misk? Oh, no, it's probably in Michael Jameson Comedy. Le Fruits? No, it's not in there. Michael Jameson Comedy will be in it.
This is a new low. A new low.
There it is, Le Foots. Here you go. I'm going to share it on screen just so the boys can see it at least.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
There's not much.
I mean, I'm not saying that I decided to do this whole segment just to bring up KFC wrap. But it certainly was a highlight when I thought of it. Cool. The
Collection
fruits.
of logos. That one's white, yellow and green.
Brilliant. What I like is the French for fruits.
It's almost certainly not, but that's sort of the fun of it. Le fruits.
Oh,
Really bad.
What are they? What?
fruits.
What am I looking at?
It's an orange and a lime.
Yeah, that's orange and lime.
So indistinguishable.
Yeah, that is as far as I got. So Stuart made just a fantastic decision.
Why have they got? Why does that one got fried eggs for eyes?
Because I'm not good at art.
All right, okay. Could you put these in the FRUK Unwrapped and fans group so that our good fans could see what you tried working on many years ago that, let's be honest, are never going to see the light of day?
Wow, that sounds like a fucking challenge to me. Don't ever threaten me like that. Yeah, of
You've
course I
seen
will.
you've seen Aladdin, where Aladdin's like, "Oh, I bet you couldn't even get me out of here," and he does, and he's like, "Oh, I didn't use a wish, though, did I?" That's basically me there. I've just tried to Darren Brown you.
Right,
Yeah,
Michael,
you-
stop working on the fruits on Photoshop. We're doing a podcast.
You've browned me out.
Can you at least take it off screen share? Before we see something that we do want to see.
Hello, it's MJ. You're listening to FRUK Unwrapped. Please leave us a review on iTunes and check out our other exploits, which does include our Instagram page at FRUKgram and our Twitter page at Food Review UK. And hey, we've got lots of awesome videos on YouTube. Thanks a lot for your support.
All aside, I thought I'd just also take this opportunity to tease a trailer mention briefly to anyone who's listening below. I was going to say, I don't know how that works, but anyone who's listening, the three of us are soon heading off on a new venture. A new podcast will be coming soon. Won't be part of the official FRUK family, but you know, with 50% of us, 50% of the people on the new podcast from this, you may as well, you know, consider it a part of the extended family, I guess. Dice and Desire, a brand new playthrough Dungeons and Dragons podcast featuring, as I say, us three, as well as some friends, Luke, Sam, and Mike, where we are going to be, you know, playing some Dungeons and Dragons, recording it, releasing it, and then hopefully you're going to, enjoy it.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. I mean, if you don't enjoy it, that's your prerogative. You don't have to. No one's going to force you to. Be nice if you did. At least give us a 5-star rating regardless. But yeah, you guys excited for that?
It's worth mentioning that I'm for the purposes of this, I'm playing Dungeons and Dragons almost entirely ironically. I'm absolutely not a nerd, and I am playing it as very much tongue in cheek. I know I'm too cool for it, but I'm doing it.
That goes for both of the campaigns that you're in, yeah?
Yep.
And the one you're going to be playing with your son?
Yeah.
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 It's a fucking lot of irony.
Yeah. When I went into Games Workshop today, that was purely ironically. Yeah. It's not even called Games Workshop anymore. Did you know that, Michael?
What's it called now?
It's just called Warhammer now.
Oh, is it called Warhammer? Wow.
It is, yeah. That's why I said it. Yeah.
Okay, now. How is your hymen? It's sealed yet? Sealed. I forgot about that.
So Dice and Desire is already, there is a landing page for it, so you can search for that on Spotify, on iTunes, and various other podcast apps. There's currently a beautiful little 2-minute teaser trailer from yours truly, but we hope to get some proper serious content up there. If not at the end of August, then certainly the beginning of September. Going to be recording some stuff tomorrow that will be dropping soon as well. So thought I'd just do a little wee announcement there. If you're not into Dungeons and Dragons, why not? It's a bloody good time for us nerds and us ironic nerds.
Just listen to it ironically. So that's my advice. Listen to it ironically. Listen to it firmly, tongue in cheek, knowing your heart of hearts that you're better than this, but still listen to it.
Yeah, still listen to it, and like I say, leave 5-star reviews, and also get other friends to ironically listen to it.
Yeah.
If anything, like just have ironic listening parties. I think is probably the message. No, actually, but listen individually so that we get more listens and downloads. Don't listen on one app.
Yeah,
like that's.
Don't just put your phone on
It
speaker.
doesn't cost you anything. That's tight. No. That's tight if you're listening. If there's 5 of you listening on one phone, I mean, that's
all download it and do 3, 2, 1, play.
Exactly. Headphones, if anything.
Yeah.
You know, like a silent disco, a silent podcast. Party. Speaking of sweet content, QUINOA. Yeah, it's a quinoa.
Is that where we are already?
You're not getting that off the ground, are you? I don't think. That's not going well for you, I don't think.
Quinoa is not the new Kivois. Quivia!
Quivia, yeah, it's Quivia time, so play Quivia. Quivia, yeah, it's Quivia time, so play Quivia. It's like a cross between some trivia and a quiz, and as such it stands apart. The two of those two aforementioned words. Quivia, yeah, it's Quivia time, so play Quivia. Quivia, yeah, it's Quivia time, so play Quivia.
Let's do some archery. Let's do some.
Tonight's episode of Quivia is titled Shaken Not Stirred. It's got nothing to do with James Bond. We are tonight talking about milkshakes, so why not do some milkshake themed questions about milkshakes that are shaken and not stirred? It means nothing. Question 1. Which year is the earliest reference to a milkshake? Essentially what I'm asking is how old are milkshakes really? But what's the earliest reference to them in some form of referencing? I'm going to start with either of you, Stuart.
Do you want a year?
You can start.
You want a year?
Preferably, yeah. What year? What year is the earliest one?
Yeah.
1500 BC.
1500 BC. Okay. Michael?
Now, Michael can't do the plus or minus one because he won't be able to work out how it works with BC.
No, I've got no idea what that is. That's probably like AB5 or something. So you're right. I'm not going to do that. It's probably 7. Did they have cows in 1700? 1763 in the
BC or
BSC.
BFG.
Which is can't remember what I was going to say there. Something about cows. Oh no, that's it. It was first referenced in the Dairy Manual by
in the Dairy and Beef Podcast Network.
Quinzoka.
Okie dokie. Question 2 then to you, Michael.
Oh.
Which alcoholic spirit was part of the original recipe?
Oh, with milkshake. Whiskey.
And Stuart?
Brandy.
Okay.
Embarrassing for you.
Question 3. In May 2019, those cheeky little protesters started using milkshakes against people they disagreed with. Naughty. But who was the first controversial figure to be shaked? Stuart?
Oh, I can't remember. Gove. Just because he's a prick.
And Michael?
I don't remember who was the first, but I guess it was the most prominent, so it probably wasn't the first actually. But I'm going to go for Tommy Robinson.
Oh, yeah, I remember Robinson got one, didn't he?
They both
Tommy,
did, didn't they? And
speaking of ironic individuals.
Poor Stephen. Oh, Mr. Yaxley Lennon having to leave the country.
Oh, didn't.
He doesn't feel safe.
Oh.
This one's to MJ to start with. How expensive was the Jack Rabbit Slims milkshake in Pulp Fiction?
$5?
And Stuart?
Yeah, it was $5 shake, isn't it?
It's a $5 shake. Interesting. And 5.
Just why are you saying interesting like that for? When we both think that's the right answer, and then you put a stupid little snidey comment at the end of it to make us doubt ourselves.
Gets in your head, doesn't it? Drills in there.
Oh, you stupid man! Look at him.
Interesting.
Wearing a Minions t-shirt. 40-year-old. He's wearing a Minions t-shirt.
Is that a banana? Is that a banana?
Tell us more about the comments you got from the day you were born. World record for, here we go, milkshake mixed in the mouth and dispensed through the nose.
Oh, God.
So in milliliters, please, how much is the world record for dispensing a milkshake through the nose that has been entirely constructed in the mouth?
That's like what we were talking about earlier on the special FRUK Unwrapped episode. Laughter there, not knowing what I'm on about.
Probably jizz.
Wait, sorry, who's going first?
Sorry, this is...
Right, so realistically, there's probably someone in the world that can fit like a pint of liquid in the mouth, but what's the likelihood that that person can also then fire liquid out of the nose? So I'm gonna go for 237 mil.
Okay. And MJ.
God, 2/3 of a can. It's got to be more. It's got to be slightly more than that. 259 mil.
259 mil. I don't know why I've written 2,595, but there we go. 259 milliliters. Right, let us go through the answers, shall we? Yes. What is the earliest reference to a milkshake? It was, in fact, in 1885.
Oh, I was going to say 1870 initially.
Well, hang on. I haven't said if it's BC or AD.
What?
Well, it could be BC, in which case...
What are you talking about, BC and AD? What on earth is that?
It was AD anyway, so Michael does, in fact, get the point on that one.
Stupid Michael.
Which actually I found quite interesting that milkshakes are only, 135 years old?
Yeah.
I don't know why, I just expect them to be a lot older.
Well, I guess they didn't have Nesquik before then, right?
Very true, yeah. 2, which alcoholic spirit was part of the original recipe? It was indeed whiskey, correct. In fact, Stuart probably wouldn't have enjoyed it because I think the main components were whiskey and egg.
Oh.
Yeah, didn't they do something along the lines of like a clarification or something?
What do you mean?
I don't know. I'm chatting shit.
I believe when I was reading through it, it almost sounded like milk wasn't even part of it to start with. Like the milk. And the weirdest thing I found on a couple of websites was where would you expect? This was nearly a question for you. Where does the name milkshake come from?
Oh, I don't know that one.
What would you guess? What would be a guess?
It's milk that's been shaken, but it's clearly not that, is it?
That's certainly not the answer I found, which was apparently if somebody made a particularly good milkshake, you would shake the hand of the bartender.
Wow.
That sounds like toss to me.
It doesn't. It does sound like absolute toss.
Yeah, I had that whiskey just in the back of my mind somewhere. It wasn't a total guess. It was a fragrant, distant ghost memory guess.
Seems right. I think I probably would have stab at that. 3. The first person to get shaked was Tommy Robinson. Well done, Michael. So that's 3 for 3.
Wow,
I think I'd probably rather lose a quiz than win a quiz where I'd got a question right where the answer was Tommy Robinson.
That's lucky. That's actually what's going to happen then. Question 4. So you both get something that you want out of this, which is good, which is essentially a draw. how expensive was the Jack Rabbit Slims milkshake in Pulp Fiction? It was indeed the $5 shake, which by today's standards would be a fairly well-priced shake.
Quite reasonable.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I absolutely would not worry about spending $5 on a shake. And final question. The score is currently 4-1 to Michael, or 3-0. It doesn't really matter. But Michael's probably playing it ironically. Question 5.
He's killing you.
The world record for milkshake mixed in the mouth and dispensed through the nose. It was set in 1999 by Gary.
This is the real quiz.
Gary Bashaw Jr. It was chocolate and bogey flavour, and the total millilitres was 54 millilitres.
Yes, so I win.
You win that question. Well done.
And that's
Stuart.
the real quiz, like I said.
That is the real quiz. Well done, gentlemen, for a lovely, well-performed live arena show of the award-winning quiz trivia round Quivia, which will be taking on the road at some point soon.
Yeah, another win. Sort of becoming pretty common now.
Weird.
Don't think Stuart's had a win this half year, so that's pretty good as well. Yeah, I just want to thank everyone for all their support. I know everyone's obviously really supporting me. So received quite a lot of personal messages on my personal Instagram, slagging Stuart off. So yeah,
I would love it if that was true. People are just sick of me destroying Quivia week in, week out, and as soon as I have a bad few weeks, people are messaging you. Well done, Michael.
I am
knocking that cocky northern bastard off his perch.
You fucking showed him.
Great. MJ, great job on beating Stuart in the last Quivia. You sure showed him northern stupid bearded. Yeah, it's not my word. That's for someone else that bleep that probably. Not. That's from Andrea.
Bloody Andrea, Jesus Christ.
Popping up a lot, isn't she?
Andrea's been around, yeah. Been around there.
Can you spare some change? We've got ears to feed. Come to you with open hands, but instead of on the streets, we're begging on the podcast. Do you want this episode to be our last? Will you please go to Patreon and donate some cash? If you enjoy the Food Review UK content on YouTube and here on the podcast, then please consider heading to patreon.com Food Review UK and making a small donation.
Who loves a cheeky little milkshake? I do, which is why I've drunk all of that one, and it was bloody tasty.
What you had there, Nate?
That was thanks for asking, Michael. I had a banana milkshake before the show started. I went downstairs and watched my wife put together a milkshake for me.
A blended one as well, wasn't it? We heard the old whizzer going.
Yeah, ice cream, milk, bananas, banana syrup. It was a bloody good time. Wow, really good. Don't know why I've not done it more regularly, or at least asked Laura to do it more regularly for me. Really, really nice. So let's talk about milkshakes, shall we? Do you like milkshakes? Does anyone like milkshakes? I like milkshakes.
I fucking love milkshakes. Yeah, I fucking love them.
Milkshakes?
I like milkshakes.
He's still upset about Quivia. There we go.
Don't take those comments to heart, mate.
I do like milkshakes, but what is there to say about milkshakes?
I mean, we did an episode about flatbreads, so don't bring that in.
Do you know what? I genuinely felt like I have more to say about flatbreads than I have about milkshakes.
I mean, mate,
I consume milkshakes so irregularly.
Right,
so irregularly.
Well, why is that then? Let's talk about that then.
Right. I think if I'm in the sun, a lot of places where I'm going, milkshakes aren't an option.
Right. Like where?
The pub.
At the pub. Yeah. The pub, the newsagents, Aldi.
Barclays.
Yeah. Yeah. cracked
God,
ends.
How good would that be if the bank started doing milkshakes?
I have had a couple of milkshakes. There was a board game cafe, a game cafe that opened up in Bolton that sadly shut down now. And they did milkshakes, so I had a milkshake in there, and they were nice.
They didn't sell enough milkshakes.
They didn't sell enough milkshakes, so I didn't buy. I just sat there thirsty, complaining how thirsty I was, but refusing to pay money for them. I don't know. I do like them. Like, I really like them. I really enjoy them. They're an excellent drink. But they're very indulgent, aren't they?
Yeah. Oh god, yeah. They're borderline a meal, really.
Yeah. Sometimes I did used to swear by the old Michaeljamiesoncomedy chocolate milkshake as a hangover cure, and I still do. If given the opportunity to go, if people are forcing me to go to a McDonald's, I have always got it in the back of my head though. I'll get a chocolate milkshake and it'll be all right. But
and have you still not had McDonald's for a while, or?
I've not eaten any McDonald's food for time. No, maybe at least a year.
Oh, okay, fine. Yeah.
All right, well, okay, we'll keep Stuart out of the conversation then. Michael, what is it that you like about milkshakes?
Oh, variety, flavour, texture.
Yeah. Oh, indulgence.
VFT.
No, yeah, I do love a milkshake. Again, I could probably have them a little more frequently than I really do.
Right. You're slagging me off for having milkshakes maybe once a year. How often are you having a milkshake, Sunshine?
Once a month.
You're having a milkshake once a month as an adult man?
All right, once every week. I don't know. What's normal?
Where are you getting it? What, like, is there a range of milkshakes that you're having? Like, are you counting, like, do you still have a tub of Nesquik in the kitchen?
Well, I mean, let's not preempt the conversation. Let's not start getting it. I've spent at least 10 minutes doing this schedule. Come on. Of course, you can answer the question, Michael.
So I have, I'd say the most frequent one I have is probably the Morrison's white chocolate, because if I'm going into Morrison's, which isn't often, it's every month or every couple of months. If I'm going into Morrison's and I'm walking down that aisle, it's very unlikely that I won't pick that up. And one thing I did have recently actually was the M&S white chocolate one. Fuck me, even better. Oh my god. So those two, the white chocolate milkshakes from those retailers are spot on. And also, they're quite small bottles. I think they're 250ml, maybe a little bit less. And to be honest, with them, I will crack them open and have a little sip every couple of hours. Every time I open the fridge, I'll have a sip, rather than sessioning it. And that's just what I typically do. I don't always do that. Sometimes I will just smash the whole thing. So that's real tasty, real good. And that's probably where my frequency comes from. They're For Real. Absolutely love For Real. They're a brilliant, fairly new entry to the UK market, but I think they've been around a few years in the US. I don't know if you guys have ever seen them.
Is that the machine one?
That's it, yeah. The machine one is pretty much pure ice cream, and then you just stir it up and you tell the machine if you want it thick, regular, or thin, or thinner. It's still not completely thin. And they are, I think I've had what I've had. I think I've definitely had cookies and cream. That's really good. Basically Oreo. I think I've had strawberry or chocolate. I can't remember which, because I'd still need to have the other one. However, I've had the vanilla. Yeah, the vanilla is fucking incredible.
Is it really turned up to 11 vanilla flavour?
Yeah. It's like intense. It's like slightly multi-leveled vanilla. So there is definitely an air of like fake powerful French vanilla, but it's not just that, because there's like other little vanilla notes and intense, creamy, rich. It is absolutely delicious. The vanilla For Real, I will vouch the fuck out of. Yeah.
I was just counting there. I believe since the beginning of July, I've had 4 milkshakes.
Wow.
Yeah. Big milkshake month for me. I wouldn't say I have that many normally. I wouldn't necessarily be able to tell you the last one I had prior to that. However, they are, for me, probably my biggest indulgence at the moment. Like I go through, we've talked about it on various other things. Like I go through spells where there are things that I particularly get obsessed with, and whether it's a chocolate bar or something like that. But at the moment, I'm massive. The option and ability to have a milkshake is a key thing for me at the moment, and I love it. I had what did I have?
What do you have?
Something from Five Guys. I'm trying to remember exactly what I had from Five Guys. I think it was coffee and caramel or something like that, or chocolate and caramel, something like that.
Biscuit and caramel?
No, I didn't have the biscuit. I just noticed that they did have a biscuit, but I didn't actually have that. So I had that. I had this one tonight, obviously, which is homemade banana. I've had McDonald's. I had a strawberry one. However, Laura also had a banana one just before, or ordered a banana one, and I got a little bit of cheeky strawberry banana, and it was a cracking cheeky little mixture. Didn't intend for it, didn't ask for it, but the little added bit of banana-ness to my strawberry was fascinatingly good.
Oh, Nate, I had an anecdote that I was going to share.
Okay, I'll just do the last flavour and you can. The last one was from Flaming Cow in Eton, as Stuart knows. And it was peanut butter. And it was, filthy.
Oh, God, that's amazing.
Yeah, so I am all about milkshakes. I just fucking love it. I mean, ultimately, if you go anywhere right, it's just drinkable ice cream, really. Yeah. Like, that is the perfect milkshake. That, which was one of the questions, is what makes a perfect shake? And for me, it's thickness and just, correct. I don't mind it being thick. I don't mind getting a bit of thickness in my mouth. And it just being very creamy. Thick and creamy in my mouth is all I want.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, my anecdote is really just, it's just your anecdote. I ordered. Actually, no. To be fair, I do get McDonald's milkshakes not infrequently, so I probably do have them once a month. So I ordered a vanilla milkshake probably 3 or 4 weeks ago from McDonald's, and it was fairly disappointing because there's nothing wrong with a banana milkshake, but when you get banana when you haven't ordered it, it's sort of a little bit disappointing. And so that's what I had. Clearly the last guy had banana, and it just completely dominated my milkshake. So it was a subpar McDonald's milkshake. However, in a fascinating twist, Claire and I did an extremely rare thing this weekend, which we never do.
Pegging.
But that's rare. I know that I wanted pizza. I was gearing myself up for pizza all night, and then Claire sprung it on me at the last minute. She didn't fancy pizza, so we had different fast foods. I ordered pizza, and she ordered McDonald's. Now, not only was that unusual that we would do that, but Claire then did something that is just unbelievably out of character. I had to check her temperature afterwards. She ordered a milkshake, which is very much not a Claire move. Claire is going for the full sugar Coca-Cola. But no, I gave her my phone to order it on the Uber apps.
I mean, this part of the story is great that you was going to basically confirm to us that she did order a milkshake and that you saw it. Carry on.
Oh, it's also I called it Uber apps as well. Like, how old is that? Like, just on the Nintendo entertainment gaming platform. So she did it on the old Uber apps. And I grabbed my phone back and I was like, vanilla milkshake. What? And again, vanilla, fairly out of character. I'd think of her more of a chocolate girl. Anyway.
Back to pegging.
Anyway, hers arrived, and because we're in love, she very kindly gave me a sip. And I tell you, there was no banana. It was vanilla, but honestly, it was the strongest vanilla milkshake I've ever tried from McDonald's. It felt it tasted 3 times stronger than any vanilla one I've ever had. The vanilla flavour was unbelievably strong, and it was actually the best milkshake I've had from McDonald's, or sip thereof.
2 questions. First one to Nathan and one to Michael. Michael, what system have you got that measures the vanilla-iness that you can say 3 times as vanilla-y as any other McDonald's. And the question to you, Nathan, you've had four milkshakes since the start of July. Is this on a? Do you have a spreadsheet? How are you keeping track of your milkshake intake?
I think we should answer as seriously as we choose to. I just have a very good palate, and I know how vanilla-y a McDonald's milkshake is. I would say it was 3 times. Simple.
I just remember because I know how obsessed I am about milkshakes at the moment. So I've remembered all of those milkshakes very keenly, because they've all been winners. To be honest, every single one is like I find McDonald's milkshakes nice, but nowhere near like the premium stuff.
No,
but even so, the one I had, because of the surprise banana element. Surprise banana was just really, really tasty. So that's why I remember those 4, and also because I knew that I wanted to do this podcast episode, that I've been thinking about the milkshakes that I've been having recently. So I hope that answered your question.
Yes, it has, yeah.
Facetious as it was. So that aside, we've got 2 milkshake likers and 1 hater. Generally speaking, Michael, I aside from vanilla, which I get the impression is probably your main flavour, it seems to be the one you seem most orgasmic about.
Yeah, it's the only one I've mentioned, really.
Yeah. What other flavours are you a fan of? I know you like a malted milkshake, but aside from that, what flavours do you like? Fruit and non-fruit, if you will.
Oh God. Yeah, malted. So wherever the option for malted is, you have to take it because that will improve it, guaranteed. So that's coming out. I'm sure we'll probably talk about Five Guys later. There's bound to be a Five Guys. So is there a Five Guys? Is there a Five Guys bit?
I haven't got one specifically, but you can bring it up now. I know that someone asked it in the sock bed. So.
Oh yeah, I could leave it for that. Did I put that in there? I did put the Five Guys one in there. Yeah.
Leave it to that.
Yeah, leave it to that. Give us something to talk about later on. So, malt has to be in there. Peanut butter's probably second after vanilla. And for a fruit, I'd probably go cherry. You don't see them often. I mean, I could probably only tell you a couple times I've had them. But yeah, cherry. Man, cherry is a sick thing. I did do a cherry and Oreo from Five Guys once.
You'll be very happy to know that they've taken cherry off of the milkshake menu at Five Guys. Fuming. Absolutely rigidly fuming with Five Guys. We'll take out cherry, but we'll bring in biscuit.
Wait, that's not true, because one of the flavour suggestions is Bakewell.
I'm sure it was cherry that they took out, because I remember being particularly unhappy.
I am fuming if that's true. My God. I thought Bakewell was on the...
No, it is there. I do to lie. What flavour they got rid of then? I'm sure it was cherry. I must not have been looking very well.
Oh, well, I'm bullshitting anyway, because it's strawberry milkshake. So I am bullshitting. Don't know, maybe they have removed it, mate. That's a fucking shocking decision.
Do you remember when we said we'd save the Five Guys chat for SOCMED and then?
I know, but he just mentioned cherry. He just mentioned cherry about Five Guys, so I wanted to clarify. Yeah,
it's fine.
Yeah, cool. Stuart, you like milkshakes. What are your favourite flavours of milkshakes when you do have them once every year?
If there's an option.
Disappointment.
If there's an option for some kind of peanut butter, there's a place near me. It's called Sweet Diner. It's like one of these places that does milkshakes and ice creams and stuff.
Good creams up there. I don't know.
We do get creams, but this is an independent one. It's up the road from me, and I went there literally pretty much a year ago because it was on Theo's last day of school last year. So we went for milkshakes, and I had a peanut butter and jelly. So that was peanut butter and strawberry flavour, which is nice. So peanut butter, and then I would say in terms of fruit, it's got cherry, like anything, black forest flavours, cherry, fresh cream, and chocolate in a milkshake is wonderful. So anything peanut buttery, and anything cherryish. I'd take a chocolate milkshake. Bueno is a nice milkshake flavour, so that hazelnut vibes is nice.
Blended.
I'm not too much of a fan of biscuits in my milkshake. I can cope. I don't hate them, but I'd rather my milkshake was a little less lumpy in that biscuity way. So like a cookies and cream or a Biscoff or whatever. I'd rather it was. I didn't have lumps of cookie in it. Although if someone offered me one of those big freak shakes that's just got 4,000 calories of stuff stuck in the top of it, I'll happily take that.
That's actually an interesting question, MJ. How do lumps fit into your milkshake enjoyment?
I definitely don't dislike biscuit ones. Like Oreo milkshakes are brilliant. The hard shakes from TGI Fridays concentrate a lot on Oreos, and that's amazing. I really like that. Stuart did just mention freak shakes there, though, and actually, I don't quite. That doesn't really appeal to me. I don't really care about having spread on the outside of the glass, and then just because that's what creeps me out a little bit anyway. Having spread on the outside of the glass, and then all this cake on the outside, it's a little bit overkill.
I haven't covered freak shakes in this, but I think it's probably in Sock Med. I don't mind. I don't mind a bit of texture in my milkshake. Actually, I like a bit of like Oreo or biscuit, or what I like. Yeah, I'm not going to mention it because it's in Five Guys. But there are some places where it's not just biscuit. There's a lot of people that just obviously just stir up some biscuit into it or whatever. But when you get other places that actually have like bits of the actual fruit in there, like banana or something like that, that's quite nice. I'm a fan. I like it nice and smooth, but equally I like a bit of texture in there as well, just to make it a bit interesting.
One milkshake that is very textured that I do fucking love, and that's Crush'ems.
Okay.
Big fan of Crush'ems with the ice as well. Bring that temp.
Had one.
That's KFC, right?
Yeah, KFC. Yeah. Oh man, you got to try Crush'em.
I've equally not had them, and the idea of ice in there.
Well, you've not had one at all.
I don't think so. No.
Wow.
It's weird because I'll happily from a McDonald's have either a milkshake or a McFlurry or any type of ice cream product they do there. But outside of that, like Burger King and KFC, I've just never decided to have anything outside of Coca-Cola or whatever. I just don't.
Pepsi,
yeah, Pepsi.
In fact, you need to do that then, because the ice does change it. Let's be clear. It obviously makes it much colder, so it's very cold, but that makes it very refreshing and also a little bit lighter as well. They are absolutely delicious. I think they're easily better than McDonald's milkshakes.
Wow.
Oh, easily.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I will try. I think I did want to have one once, and they didn't have like the machine wasn't working or something like that. I was like, fuck you then. In terms of flavours, I would probably echo you guys. Very much like peanut butter or salted caramel, I guess, would be another, or just caramel in general, I guess.
Yeah.
For non-fruit, and for fruit, cherry, banana. I'm not a mad strawberry fan, although I will have it now and again. I do like mixtures. I do like places that will allow you to have more than one thing, like rather than it just being, you could have banana milkshake and that's it. I do like when you can mix it up a little bit and be a bit more creative with it. That's fun. Like a banana and caramel is peng.
And those places like Shakeaway have become quite popular, haven't they? Where they do blend the chocolate bars in, as Stuart sort of touched upon a bit.
Correct, which I do quite like. Although saying that, Uxbridge had at least two, both of which are closed down now. So I don't know if people have decided to deviate away from it, or whether there's the likes of Five Guys entering Uxbridge, for example, or it's just people going in there for a bit more premium product. I don't know. But obviously that's a big thing that's hit the high streets over the last 10 years? No, a bit more than that, a bit less than that, 5 years or so.
Yeah.
these sort of chocolate bar thingamajigs. I don't know what you would call them, milkshake bars.
Yeah, blended shakes maybe.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. I like the idea of them. And yeah, the hazelnut one, things like Ferrero Rocher in a milkshake, very nice indeed.
This is Timmy. Say hi, Timmy. Hi. Timmy doesn't know what podcast to listen to because people don't leave a review. Isn't that right?
That's right.
And isn't it also true you're not an orphan?
Absolutely.
There you have it. Conclusive evidence that orphans, and definitely not me using a higher pitched voice, have a harder life because you don't leave a podcast review. Reviews today. Save an orphan.
And the other one, what's the
Crusher.
Crusher? Not to be confused with Crushums, of course.
No.
Are they any good?
So, interestingly, I got sent a deguster box the other day.
Yep. Don't know. Yeah, this is an audio podcast.
Holding up a deguster box.
Yeah.
Yeah, it had I think a fairly new product in there, which was Nesquik Natural. I think it's called Nesquik Natural. It is sugar and raw cocoa powder, I think. And it was the first time I'd had any kind of Nesquik product in years. Like, in terms of milkshake, I haven't had it probably I mean, I can't remember, 10 plus years. That does remind me, actually. I will touch on a fond early memory of mine, though. And it was...
No,
What?
we don't want any of your early memories.
It's a fond early memory.
Sure, Garage was a fond early memory. But
and this Nesquik is absolutely bloody delicious. I highly recommend it. Really, really good. But the old Nesquik stuff wasn't really into them. They did the occasional limited edition flavour, and I might as well talk about my anecdote now. When I must have been around the age of 10 to 12-ish, my father and I made some fudge using limited edition chocolate fudge flavour Nesquik. So there you go. Yeah, I just remembered that. But yeah, Nesquik in general. Nice? Yeah, I seem to remember it being nice. The other thing I want to mention on this subject before I hand over to you guys is that Crusher. I think Crusher are brilliant. They release a fair few limited edition flavours. I know they've just brought back the lime flavour to a lot of people's interest. I'm not the biggest fan of lime flavoured candies, but actually I do quite like key lime pie. So I'm sort of eager to try it in a weird way. I think I might enjoy it with the creaminess and the milkiness, like a key lime sort of flex. But I think the Crusher, the raspberry Crusher, is absolutely delicious. And it's a flavour that you don't see. So again, you guys know I always like the unique stuff or the more different stuff. And to my knowledge, they're the only sort of big brand that do a raspberry milkshake, and it is delightful. Probably my favourite store-bought milkshake, actually. There you go.
I don't think I've ever had a Crusher. I'm not convinced that I have. If I have, it was a long time ago and I don't remember. Nesquik, obviously, standard. Have had in my life many a time. They're fine. They are fine. They do a job. Obviously, it's a milky milkshake rather than a thick milkshake, and ultimately, certainly the way I've ever made them, you end up with clumps of horrible Nesquik at the bottom, which never fully dissolves. That sort of makes it a horrible ending to it. But they're fine, I guess. They scratch an itch, but obviously compared to anything proper ice cream jobby out there.
Nate, I request you buy Raspberry Crusher, please, in that case.
Maybe. It's interesting you say that. Raspberry and lime, obviously quite bitter, sour flavours. So I don't. Does that work with a milkshake?
Think more drumstick for the raspberry one.
Yeah,
it's not sour. It's nice.
Right. Okay. But no, I was just going to say, like lime, for example. Then, lime is obviously a very sour flavour. Like, how does that work with milkshake?
I think the creaminess would completely counteract it.
It's the only citrus fruit, really. It's weird that milkshakes is one of the only vehicles for flavour that we don't get an orange one. Because orange is just ubiquitous in everything. I don't think milkshakes work particularly well with citrus, though I have had lime milkshakes. Would milkshake work? Would a pineapple milkshake work? Would a lemon milkshake? No. But lime, it's that artificial limeness, isn't it? It's the Starburst lime. That's what we're talking about, that tang rather than...
So I think I've mentioned this on the podcast before, that whenever I see orange flavour ice cream at like a scoop store, I'll usually buy it because it's uncommon and absolutely delicious. So actually, I've got some orange flavouring in the cupboard, so I think I might do the orange milkshake.
I imagine if you were to have that would be very much like what they called in America, dreamsicles or whatever they call them.
Precisely.
I imagine it's similar to that sort of flavour where there's a lot of vanilla which tempers the acidic part of the citrus part of the fruit.
Love that.
Cool. Mate. I probably won't get the crush, mate, if I'm honest. But I'll take it on board. I'll speak to the committee. We'll let you have an official decision in the next 28 days. But no, thank you for putting it to us. This is going to be weird because obviously Stuart's obviously sort of suggested he's not really a milkshake person.
No.
I didn't mean like that. I just meant that you don't have as much of an opinion on it as necessarily anything else, right? That's all I meant. I wasn't coming at you.
Stop trying to minimise me.
Right, I'm not trying to minimize.
You are try to minimise me. I like milkshakes as much as the next man. I just don't have that many of them. I don't have a lot of experience. And what you're trying to do is, because I'm less experienced, you try to minimise my opinion comparably to people who've had more milkshakes, and that's a terrible thing to do.
Not on, is it?
No. You're the one that just said you don't have much of an opinion. I think you even started the whole thing. You might have even sent a message that you don't have much of an opinion on them.
What you could have done as a good friend is you could have supported me, and you could have given me some confidence and just said, no, don't put yourself down. You might not have much experience, but your opinion's still as valid as everyone. Instead of just taking that on board and just going, all right, 1 minute, we'll use that little nugget.
Fuck him off.
And just minimise him and railroad him and just do this. Like, not give him... You didn't even ask me about Crusher or Nesquik. Ask me about Crusher or Nesquik. Go on. Ask me the question that you asked him.
Like Crusher or Nesquik?
Don't know. Not Adam. I haven't really got an opinion.
See, now I don't know if that's true or not, or if you're just doing a bit.
But
I'll ask you...
Not Adam for a long time, innit?
Stuart, boozy shakes.
Never had one, no opinion. I'd have one. Yeah. I'd very much have one.
What would you have? What do you think? You go into some restaurant, for argument's sake, and they've got some hard shakes on the menu. What do you think would be the one that would grab you?
Yeah. Tell you what I'm thinking. I'm thinking bourbon.
Yeah.
I'm thinking. I'm going to call it. I'm going to call it double bourbon with a cherry on top, and it's bourbon whiskey with a bourbon vanilla milkshake,
right?
With a cherry on it. Double bourbon with a cherry on top. That's nice. What I'm calling it. I think that'd be lovely. I'd take an amaretto milkshake every day of the week.
Yeah,
every day of the week. It has to be for me. One of those.
What would the milkshake of that be? Just like vanilla, or do you think an amaretti?
I think with the amaretto milkshake, we're going for that Bakewell flavours. So we'll take vanilla and we'll take cherry again. I think cherry is going to be ubiquitous in a boozy shake for me. What would I want in a chocolate one? Maybe chocolate, obviously. Brandy might work nicely in a chocolatey one, or maybe you could even go kind of Central American Aztec. You could do a spiced chocolate and tequila milkshake. Don't know. Wow. That might work quite nicely.
That's what I was going to say. Is like what actually flip it on its head a little bit. What do you think wouldn't work? What sort of type of alcohol wouldn't work?
Beer.
Yeah, beer. Okay, spirits wise.
Vodka.
Vodka.
Gin.
Do you not think gin would work?
No. Too bitter, too fragrant.
Interesting.
It needs to be something that's got some. I think darker spirits.
Tia Maria.
Oh well, absolutely, but that's a.
That'd probably work. That would work with like a chocolate or something like that, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you saying wait? Were you saying would or wouldn't?
Wouldn't.
Well, you don't think Tia Maria would work, Michael?
Oh no, sorry. I thought we were doing wood.
I'd like to see maybe you do. Maybe you pep your orange one up with a bit of Cointreau.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Oh, a bit of Cointreau in a chocolate milkshake. Chocolate orange vibes.
Yeah.
What about? I'd imagine like a Malibu would potentially work with like.
You could do, yeah.
I mean, a pina colada borderline is a milkshake.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Peach Schnapps.
Nah, I can see it.
Yeah, I can see it working.
Because that's another flavour you don't necessarily see a lot of in milkshakes, like peach, like
Yeah,
anything like you say.
Peach and raspberry go for that Melba vibe.
Yeah, Melbourne vibes. I actually had peach and raspberry ice cream from Haagen-Dazs the other day.
Nice.
I should have made a milkshake out of it, actually.
Yeah.
Basically, I often throw ice creams away because I like... often. Because I like trying... So, to put it in... This is going to sound awful, but... And actually, it's almost a complete counterpoint to my argument. For example, this week I bought 3 tubs of ice cream.
Right.
But often I will, like, if I see the new Haagen-Dazs, I will buy it, realise that I love our Haagen-Dazs in general, but I'm not crazy about the flavour, and then I will throw it away because I need to make room for other stuff. It will never be, I'll just randomly throw it away. It will be making room.
Essentially what you're saying is you're spending like £5 potentially for maybe like a couple of scoops of ice cream.
Correct.
You're an idiot.
I mean, but you realise you're admitting this on a podcast where people pay money.
We can edit this. We can edit this out.
We're not editing it out. Do you not ever think
just
about
just like the last 2 minutes?
No, I'm not editing it out. Do you ever think about like giving the ice cream to people? Like
just leave it on the doorstep. I mean, even if it ends up melting, it's, you're still throwing it away.
The problem is though, no one's going to take your used ice cream because they know how much of a dirty double spooner you are.
Yeah, it's fair, isn't it?
Yeah, that's weird, Michael. Stop. Either eat your ice cream or stop buying the ice cream.
What's the point? What's the point of what are you making space for?
More ice cream.
More ice cream.
Just eat the one you like, or stop buying them. Stop buying ice creams that you just admitted I buy them and then I don't really like them. So
I know 100%. No, I'm not going to eat them.
Stop doing it.
No, but the reason I said it's a total counterpoint to my argument this week is because this week I've bought 3 flavours that I know I'm going to annihilate.
Right. But point being is, if you stop doing that, you won't have to sell comics anymore. You'll have saved yourself £50 a month.
Yeah.
I'd probably own every variant cover of Invincible, wouldn't I?
Yeah. Just
bad, isn't it?
Like, yeah, it's like people who give up smoking and suddenly realise how much disposable cash they've got.
Yeah.
Someone needs to save you from yourself. Jesus Christ.
Prick.
Fucking thing. The things it annoys me.
Yeah.
That you're buying ice cream, a beautiful product like that, and that you're not even. I don't think I've ever had an ice cream that I've found bad enough that I would throw it away. Like, I will at least finish it. At worst, it's like, it's fine.
Yeah. And you have to wait. You have to wait a week before you buy that next ice cream that you want because you haven't finished the ice cream that you still need to work your way through. But like, we understand that he's an idiot, and we put up with so much, and then every now and again, he just lets us into like some of the weirdest behaviour known to mankind.
There's things that he says and we take the piss out of.
Yeah.
But realistically, we are just taking the piss out of them for fun and for just ribbing.
Yeah.
And then stuff like that happens, and I'm genuinely disappointed in him in every possible way a human being could be.
Yeah, that's not right, Michael.
I buy food to just try it and throw it away.
No, it's only.
If you're going to do that, you may as well just take a spoon into the supermarket, save yourself some money, like people do with grapes. Just do that.
You'd get away with it. Realistically, they don't even prosecute like shoplifters, do they? Because it's not worth it. Like, no one's going to say anything to you.
No, it says shoplifters will be prosecuted, doesn't it?
Yeah, but they don't bother. And particularly if you literally stood in the freezer aisle with a spoon, I think people would clock it. But if you were just casually walking around the supermarket, having a spoon of the ice cream, people would assume you were going to pay for it on the way out, like with the grapes, and then you just stick it on the jam shelf. Stealing and ruining ice cream in the supermarket is more acceptable than what you're doing currently, Michael.
Yeah, that's better. Yeah, I hadn't realised that was better. Okay, yeah, I think I'll have to. Yeah, I think I'll have to.
And then film it. And then film it for Channel 5.
Well, yeah, because that's
Channel 5 again this week, wasn't he? There he is, Mr. Television.
Yeah, did a rerun, didn't they?
Captain Channel 5. How much did you get paid for your repeats fee?
Credit, that was credit instead of
exposure, yeah.
On-screen credit, yeah.
Got a message from our friend Calfu. So
yeah,
that's what I'm watching on TV.
Just to be explicitly clear, guys, I appeared on a television show that Channel 5 made about crank calls. Actually, more fraudulent calls, really, wasn't it? And one of my pranking the incoming caller videos turned up on there, so that was good.
Have you had any of them recently?
No. Completely died off the last couple of years, yeah.
They've realised.
Yeah.
I mean, like everyone, I get the have you been in an accident ones, and I will say yes to them, and then they'll put me on with a real person, and I'll say, yeah, I was in a pretty bad accident actually. I lost my torso and my all my limbs, so I'm just a head now. But they hang up by that point.
You'd think they'd enjoy that.
Yeah, you would think so, wouldn't you?
Break up the day a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. I think I got maybe 1 or 2 prank calls during my customer service career, and yeah, I didn't get enough. Definitely didn't get enough.
Bearing in mind, they probably just get a load of, can you please take my fucking number off your list? That sort of attitude. I'd have thought the occasional little jokey comment like that would be like, oh, guess what we said?
Yeah, so, exactly. Exactly.
Guy pretending he's ahead again. Cool. Yeah, so that's boozy shakes. Last thing on this before we move on to SOCMED. Would a savoury shake work? Is there any savoury food? The reason is, again, coming back to Five Guys, we've got, they have the bacon that they've thrown in there. I'm just wondering whether anything else, because, I mean,
cheese.
Peanut butter, a cheese milkshake, that's interesting. What makes you say cheese? What type of cheese would you go? Gouda?
It's the only thing, really, that I think would work. Because the bacon isn't a savoury milkshake, is it? It's applying a salty element to a sweet product, which is what people do in the 21st century. Yeah. A cheese milkshake. I would be surprised if one of these Michelin chefs, like your what's he called? The one with who looks like Moby, Heston Blumenthal. If your Heston Blumenthals of the world haven't done some kind of Parmesan milkshake. A something and walnut milkshake. Goat's cheese and walnut milkshake.
Yeah, because they do actually describe the bacon now slightly differently on the Five Guys menu. They describe it as a mix-in, which I know it is, but I don't know. It seems to now be in with the flavours rather than as its own separate thing. So I'm just wondering whether they've devised a bacon milkshake, which I certainly wouldn't want to ask. Yeah, a bacon milkshake.
Oh yeah, the peanut butter and bacon.
But that's the bits, right? You don't. It's not the bits. Yeah, sorry, yeah. So that's the point. Is like now. Previously, they used to be like you'd have the flavors, and underneath it'd be like add bacon, blah blah blah.
Oh,
whereas
right.
now bacon is in with the flavors, almost suggesting it is a flavor rather than just a sort of hard mix-in. Anyway, Stuart's gonna get angry if we start talking about Five Guys too much at this point. But correct. Tomato. I mean, that's a fruit, isn't it? So
I'm not down with that.
Yeah, it's exact for me. It's exactly what Stuart said. Because there are savoury flavours that can definitely go in milkshake, but they'd be accompanying a sweet element. Now, I'm the type of person who doesn't really like intensely creamy and rich savoury things. I love macaroni cheese, but I don't like the macaroni cheese that is completely sodden in white sauce and all this like overly cheese saucy things. Makes me it's a bit strong on the old palate for me. So I think I'd probably struggle with most savoury milkshakes, because I think of like the obviously the infamous chicken McNugget McFlurry, but that again is the combination of sweet and savoury and crispy and hot and salty.
Anchovy and olive.
Oh God, you've lost it, mate.
Listen,
sardines.
I don't know.
Oh God!
I'm asking a serious question, and what you're doing is just hate speech. I don't know why you're doing that.
The thing I've said, right, I think realistically, you need to make your ice cream from something so that it's not a vanilla ice cream. So you'd be looking at making some kind of cheese ice cream, and there are things like that. Yeah, I've had more. I think what was it? I've had like a blue Stilton ginger and dark beer ice cream before.
Right.
Which
wow.
So in theory, I found it a bit much. The blue cheese was a bit much when you got to it. But if you made a cheese-based ice cream, so that you rather than having sweet vanilla flavours, you had more complex savoury cheese flavours, then you could use that to fashion a more savoury milkshake. But it'd have to come from that cheese ice cream base.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah. I just tried to Google to see if there's anything about it, and I've just found an article that says about savoury and spicy flavours are making their way into dairy, and it talks about things like what did I just see? Peach chipotle, pineapple chili. So I can sort of see maybe spice being introduced in a way, because obviously the spice and the creaminess would counteract each other. But I can't find anything that is specifically more savoury. I don't know why I thought this would be an interesting question. I don't know. I just thought, is there an opportunity? Because obviously we are now seeing a lot of cross pollination when it comes to sweet and savoury, and just whether there was an opportunity there with the likes of bacon and stuff like that being added to some places. But I just didn't know if there was anything that I was being silly and missing.
Kidney and two mustard milkshake.
Oh, get in. Dried shrimp milkshake.
Dead prawn. Well, you wouldn't want living prawn, would you?
Probably not. Might be a little food challenge to have that.
Swimming in your milkshake. Churning.
Do you want a goldfish with that, sir?
Little antennas.
Shaken or stirred, just stick some prawns in it, they'll do it.
No, they'll do that every year. Cool story. Have I got anything else on milkshakes? I don't know. I don't think I do. Suck made me.
Actually, I want to say one quick thing. Pretty important. Skittles milkshake.
Oh, of course. We wouldn't be
here without it. So.
Yeah. Yeah. We might not be. We might all be happy instead.
Suck mess, social media.
Suck man, it's time for questions that you posted on all the platforms that you utilize to provoke our replies. Although increasingly I'll posting the forms of statements that require no response, as opposed to the questions we requested in our initial posts on the aforementioned Suck man.
Roasted. Used to lie. Reply.
Yeah, I still don't know that bit off by heart Actually, is there going to be a FRUK Unwrapped album soon?
I thought this before that there should be some sort of thing.
There's got to be a now.
Released-
That's what I call FRUK. We'll work on it.
I think Stuart's happy about the idea. If I'm honest,
Sounds like more work for Stuart.
I could, if you ping it over to me, I'll sort it out.
could you not? I mean,
You've
could you
still
not
got to
just,
do the work.
joking aside, could you not just release them as are individually?
What little 20-second songs about
Yeah,
Michael?
Yeah,
as little podcasts, mini podcasts.
I could do, yeah.
a little just
Or
a full album.
or even if you wanted to do them as one, just stitch them all together and then just do
Full album.
one
YouTube
thing.
full album. Love it. Social media. Bonglongs.
Bongers.
Never
Numbers.
really liked milkshakes. The fudge brownie from Fridge is amazing though. I remember every lunchtime in school used to get a juice and a Chocky Yahoo and walk out the school and enjoy my lunch break, year 10 till the end of year 11. Bonglungs also says, can I get a cider review for my birthday?
I can't remember when his birthday is, but potentially, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, we can look into that a little.
Has his birthday been already?
Don't know.
It's in August, isn't it?
Is it?
Bonglungs,
I think
let
it's
us know,
about the
mate.
21st of August, I want to say.
Oh, is it? Yeah,
Something like that.
We'll probably do
Yeah,
it.
if not officially, then certainly in the group or something like that. I'm
Yeah.
sure I can rustle something up. Let me know what you'd like me to try.
Yeah, that's it. Perfect. Lovely. Thank you. Olish Plinsky.
Ollie,
Lime Crusher used to be such a brilliant product. Have you guys had it?
Here he is.
No.
So yeah, I think I said earlier I've not tried it, but I'm sort of quite curious to.
will you review that? Will that be an official review?
Yeah, I would official review that, I think.
Good. Do that then. And then probably throw the rest of the bottle away.
Yeah,
Make
I'll
space.
Yeah.
I will. Yeah, I'll keep an eye out for it because I know I think it's limited edition. I'll have a look. I'm sure they've got in Asda, but we just don't go to Asda often.
Is it just ice cream that you treat like that, or is it a lot of other foods?
It's frozen stuff because we haven't got a very big freezer.
Right.
So it is only frozen stuff, and typically ice cream takes up the most room. So
So fucking angry. Carry on.
I know. I'm sorry. My heart broke the other day because I've been a very big advocate for farm foods recently, and I will say 90% of what I has been incredible. Blown me away. I'm surprised more people don't talk about farm foods. However, I bought a 2-litre tub of bubblegum from there, and it was not good. So that had to get
That's
the
fine. I mean, I understand if you didn't like it. I'll say that if you really genuinely buy ice cream and you don't like it, then there's no point eating it for the sake of eating it. I get that, but it sounds like you're just buying stuff that's not even that bad and just throwing it away, just because you've got this vicious
the new
cycle
ones
of
coming. Yeah,
treating ice cream badly.
it is basically that. I'm sorry. I can't lie. It is basically that.
And then you go and moan that Ben and Jerry's are phoning in their favours. Well, maybe they just don't care anymore, mate, because you're just throwing away 90% of their stuff.
Oh God, that's sort of true.
Yeah. Carry on. Next one.
Maddie Madworld says,
Welders.
moo.
Sure.
Nice.
Correct.
Another M. Smith.
Mike Smudger.
Who you will be able to hear on the Dyson Desire podcast.
Slick
Yeah,
plug there. Well done, Nathaniel.
Yeah.
Nathaniel
We
John.
know how to stick it in.
Oh.
Milkshakes are my jam. So here's some questions for you.
What,
One,
he put some on toast?
Probably would.
would work.
Yeah.
Thick
Oh.
or thin? Which is better?
Thick.
Thick.
Yeah. Thick.
When I was at sixth form college, we used to very, very occasionally go to McDonald's and at breakfast time, and I would get the English muffin with butter and jam and a strawberry milkshake, and I would butter and jam my muffin and then put some strawberry milkshake on it as well.
Oh wow, lads, fusions. And I did a
Works.
McFlurry hamburger once, and I got. You were really just the pioneer.
Yeah, I was, yeah. Because this was in
But
1922.
I also imagine Stuart probably put a decent amount on there rather than just caking your burger in McFlurry.
Yeah, that was an awful video. You've seen it, yeah?
I remember it, yes.
Yeah.
That and the fluff burger or whatever it was.
Oh,
too much.
Yeah.
You just put too much.
Yeah, those were two that I just sort of... You could see he was losing his marbles. Him. Milkshake straws. What's the point? They're crap.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, basically agree with that.
Metal ones. Big wide
milkshake straws.
metal
So I will say that Laura and I have invested in some silicone straws, which we are now taking out and about with, and it genuinely is a game changer. Listen, I understand the environment. I want to protect the environment. I'm not against it in the theory behind paper straws, but when it comes to milkshakes, paper straws can go in the bin.
Reusable straws. Just buy yourself some straws.
Yeah,
isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. I maybe he is talking about that. I thought he was talking about the little pellets in the straw.
What?
Oh, yeah.
I'm not
He
sure.
probably is, but
could be either.
My point.
No, he was talking
my
about
point is more valid.
paper straws, not those magic straws.
No, yeah. So he's he's
maybe.
So what did he say again?
Paper straws.
Milkshake straws? ? What's the point? They're crap. And it honestly applies to both.
Yeah, but I think he actually means the ones with the little pellets in.
Ah.
But our point is probably more valid.
Yeah.
Not the answer you wanted, but the answer you've got. Number 3, McDonald's tropical shake in the 90s. Did you try it?
Nope.
I didn't.
Don't remember it.
Nope.
Don't remember it.
Nope.
And number 4, do you think we'll ever get the Shamrock shakes in the UK? / would you want it?
Do you know what it is?
So I think the Shamrock is it's what they do for St. Patrick's Day in America. Certainly McDonald's and Starbucks bring it out. And it is, I believe it's a mint choc milkshake. And yes, I would fucking love it.
Maybe. Yeah. Maybe.
I'm not sure about a mint milkshake.
Oh, mate. Barnum and Bailey's from TGI Fridays. Good grief. That's
Never been, never going to go.
I'm going next week, I think, or the week after. So.
Lad.
I'll pretend you're with me, Stuart.
Well, that'll do for me.
Yeah. I'll say no milkshakes, please. We don't like them.
One raspberry crusher, please. X_Amelia Hills _X.
Mila's.
Underscores.
Does anyone have any idea what they put in McDonald's milkshake to make it so fucking good? When I was younger and had a bad day, my dad would take me to McDonald's for a milkshake. Also, I seem to be the only one who hates strawberry milkshake. Am I alone in this? I do not get strawberry milkshake pretty much ever. Not a massive fan.
Wouldn't say I hate it, but despite the fact that I ordered it recently, that's a lie actually. I didn't order it recently. Basically, I went in. Laura said to me, "Oh, can you get me a strawberry? Oh no, maybe get me a banana milkshake." By the time I got into McDonald's, I'd forgotten which one she actually wanted, so I got both of them. She wanted the banana, so I then had the strawberry, and it was fine, and actually was a lot nicer because of the added banana-ness.
That's a loving husband right there.
Absolutely. So yeah, that's my story. And
that's
just reminded me I have actually had 5 milkshakes because I've just remembered I've had a banana and a strawberry from McDonald's.
If you'd had a spreadsheet, you wouldn't have made that mistake.
Exactly, but Stuart, sometimes making mistakes is the most beautiful thing we can do.
Mistakes.
Yeah, that mistake itself is beautiful.
Where nothing could possibly go wrong.
No regards.
They don't know that. Warren's minute.
Warrers.
What's something that you have thought to add to a milkshake that others might find odd? Spunk, yeah. No. No. Yeah, just come.
Nothing that I've specifically thought about myself, but obviously I imagine the bacon thing from Five Guys is odd to some and many. Other than that, I can't think that I've actively thought about adding anything to a milkshake. Well, I mean, what would be possible but weird. Toast?
Tomato. Here's one. I just had a thought then of something that I think would go nicely in the milkshake that I don't think we see very often. Maple syrup.
Yeah.
The maple milkshake would work, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
How about Ritz Crackers?
Something like that for a bit of texture or whatever.
How about mackerel?
No, you're being silly now. Stop being silly. We've already got one person on here who's supposed to be silly.
Jalapenos.
That would possibly work.
Wow. Awful. Also, who do you think makes a better milkshake out of the hosts of FRUK Unwrapped, and why do you think it's Nate?
Because I have 5 in a month.
Not according to the spreadsheet.
Well,
Michael only has powdered milkshake. Nate has a wife who makes proper blended milkshakes, and I keep talking about putting fish in milkshakes. So there's your answer.
Oh, shit again, I can't even argue with that. I'd like to put myself in because I'm arrogant and I'm great. But yeah, I'll let Laura have that one.
Laura wins. Well done, Laura.
Michael C. Gulliver.
Gullers.
Is it a punishable offence if an establishment uses ice to make a milkshake? No, to be honest, because as I touched on Crush'ems earlier, they lighten them up and they freeze them down, and it's a different experience.
I don't want ice in my milkshake.
I just know that I like a milkshake that is light to get through the straw.
Yeah.
And so the concept of ice in there really worries me because I just feel like that is going to make it a horrible, watery mess.
Are you 100% sure that it's the milkshake that you love when really you just love sucking?
There he is.
And what's wrong with that?
Now, you're busy tonight.
What's wrong with that? If that's what I like doing. I don't know why you're trying to shame me.
Joe Camp.
2020.
Campers.
Joe.
Does you got to be on the ball tonight, Nate? You got to be quicker because if you don't go for it, I'm gonna steamroll you.
Campers.
Does Oreo milkshake make it into food heaven? Yes.
No.
No then.
No. But maybe I wouldn't veto it, but I certainly wouldn't think of it as a heaven food.
Mr. Five Shakes can't even put one in.
Oh. Let's not talk about Nathan's impotence on the podcast.
I am quite important.
J. James Waller.
Wallers.
Walla.
How do we feel about bacon in a milkshake, Five Guys style? I think we've done that. And this is our final comment. And I'm toying with the idea. I think we should.
Can I just actually, because we didn't really talk about it, can I just say on the bacon in the Five Guys milkshake? 2 things I will say about the Five Guys milkshake in general. One is that it is one of the establishments that allows you to have a mixture of flavours, and I like that, and it allows them to have a bit of creativity and try new things, try new combinations, and I like that. Whereas a lot of places it will just be a set menu of things, and that is ultimately what you've got. So I like that.
Totally agree. Yeah, the customization element is fantastic.
Exactly. And on the bacon thing, I would say, having tried it twice, I quite like it, except for my biggest issue with it is because of the weight and the density of the bacon, is what you actually end up is with a lot of bacon pieces at the end.
Yeah.
If that was distributed more within the milkshake itself, and you were getting them at a regular pace, so that you weren't ended up with just a lump of hard bacon at the end.
Yeah.
I think it would be a better experience.
Totally.
So it's nice when you're getting it with the milkshake. The saltiness and the texture goes. If you get something like peanut butter or something like that it goes well with, works perfectly. But then you just end up not getting as much, and you just get, like I say, a load of bacon at the end, which is nice on its own. But then it sort of defeats the object of having it in the milkshake in the first place.
Yeah, totally. Now, I really like the idea of doing like a comment of the month or comment of the episode.
Okay.
So I think we need to bring that in. Now, guys, if you have any ideas for the name, what we could name this, why don't you go over to the FRUK Unwrapped and Fans Facebook page and leave your suggestions for what we can call this on there to give you a sort of a flavour an example on the Jake and Amir podcast. If I Were You, they sometimes award the golden mic to whoever has been the best presenter out of those two.
You would say that because your name's Mike.
Well, whoever's, and then it's like
could it equally be the golden Nate or the golden Stuart?
No, it's like microphone, isn't it? It's like
but I'm saying it could be the golden Stuart phone or the golden Nate phone. That would.
And then you've got the turdy for the presenter who's been the worst. So, and that's always Amir.
Call that one the brown mic.
I'm going to suggest it be called the Golden Graham, and the trophy is a little statue of Gossie.
Wow.
Life size, because he's only a little lad, isn't he?
So that's what you've got to beat, guys. Realistically, you're probably not going to beat it, so maybe just don't even bother. But do try, because you might win. But our Golden Graham comment of the week, or whatever, fortnight, I don't know, is from Frankie
Funkers.
And she says, "We know Khalees milkshakes." Edit this.
No.
We know Khalees. It's because there's no apostrophe after Khalees.
Oh, so now you're criticising Frankie's
I'm
grammar.
not.
It sounds like you are.
Because I edited them, so I'm criticising myself. I'm criticising my preparation. Here we go. We know Khalees's milkshake brings the boys to the yard. What would your guys' milkshake bring to the yard? Angry parents.
Right. Small anecdote. Today, I had a day trip into Manchester. Me and Theo went shopping in Manchester, went to the comic shops and the geek shops and what have you. Went to Lush. Theo bought a bath bomb because he's a lad.
Love that.
And
he literally sounds like me.
Oh, very much like you, but
that's what
better.
I want to do.
Much better. We park about a mile out of Manchester on the outskirts under the railway arches because it's free, and I'm from Yorkshire. And as we were walking back to the car, we had to step over a man who was lying on the pavement on a sleeping bag, twitching vigorously. I imagine he was in his head, he was having a lovely time.
What was he streaming?
Very good. Because he was on the Spice, which is assuming the Spice, which is very popular amongst the vagrant population of Manchester these days. And I'm concerned that my milkshake would bring that kind of person to the yard.
Squirrels.
Nice. Putting your nuts in it, yeah.
Yeah.
I sort of thought that in 3 and a bit years of this podcast, we've probably never used the word squirrel. So I just want to say squirrels.
I think we've used squirrel before.
Nah.
Right.
There you go, Stuart. Check if we've ever.
I'm going to give you a count of 5, and I want everyone to think of a word that you don't think we've ever used on the podcast before. Are you ready? I'm going to start with Michael, then to Nathan, then to Stuart. You're going to need to come up with the second one, Nathan. Okay, Michael. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Asphyxiation, but we probably have.
Nathan.
Expunge.
Sponge?
Expunge.
All right, I'm going to go for ombudsman.
Oh,
I feel like we have recently, no?
Spoken about an ombudsman.
I reckon we've probably had asphyxiation because we're perverts.
I feel like I'm having this weird deja vu of a conversation
where you bloody repeats
where ombudsman's come up, and then I've heard a conversation with that in as well. So we probably haven't, because I can't imagine how we would have. But yeah,
what word do you think has been used the most on the Food Review UK podcast?
Well, aside from the and stuff like that, and aside from my names, I'd say gravy.
Peggy?
Yes, sweet.
Peggy's made a late move for it.
Yeah,
certainly
20,
in the last
21 in it.
Yeah.
I reckon Northern.
Oh, could be Northern, couldn't it? Yeah.
Northern racist gravy.
Yeah, it'll be pie or mash, maybe.
Stop reading my Tinder profile.
Pervert.
Jimmy the Perv.
One of those.
Yeah. Podcast.
Podcast. Unwrapped. Lethal.
Theme. No. Yeah, that's the end of social media. So.
Hi, Nate here. If you've ever listened to the show and thought, hey, those are some groovy kittens, I wish I could hang out with them, well now you can. Check out the Facebook group FRUK Unwrapped and Fans, where you'll find me, Stuart, MJ, some of the other guests, some other fans, some booze, some hookers, plenty of blow, and a lot of wholesome foodie fun. See you over there.
Thank you very much, Michael. Thank you very much for everyone who commented. Was that everyone, or was there anyone that you decided to leave off?
There was a couple that I cut out. One guy doing a campaign to make McDonald's offer a hash brown share box, which I didn't think needed. needed.
Fair play. I mean,
I'm sort of.
How many hash browns would you expect in a share box?
12.
Well, this is the thing.
That's too many. Eight.
I've got a massive appetite, and 2 is enough, I think. So
I could eat easily 6.
What, alongside Dub's McMuff?
Double sausage McMuffin, no egg.
Are they available during the day?
Three hash browns.
What, hash browns?
They're just a breakfast thing, right?
Yeah,
during the day.
Breakfast, yeah.
Yeah, see, that's an odd one, isn't it? Because, like, do people go to McDonald's for, like, group breakfasts? Is that a thing? I imagine, like, let's put it this way, like, the intention of a 20 nugget box is that you're supposed to share them, lol. But that's the point of having these big sharing boxes, is that it's supposed to be shared out amongst a number of people. But I don't imagine you get quite as many groups of people going to McDonald's for breakfast. It feels like it's a solitary thing. It feels like it's.
Yeah,
I know you get families maybe, but it doesn't feel like it's as. Yeah. I just feel like a sharing box of hash browns. You've got to be really into hash browns, didn't you?
Yeah, they'd have to be fingers or bites anyway. I'm not sure it would work as a full hash brown.
I agree. I think a load of hash brown nuggets would be better. Maybe. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
So there you go. I don't know if that helps your campaign if you're listening. I don't know if we've solved anything there for you or just giving you more headaches, but I certainly would be happy for them to have it on the menu. I just don't think I'd ever order it. I don't mind hash browns. I just don't ever feel like I need an abundance of them. Whereas nuggets, I mean, yeah. 20 nuggets.
Does make you wonder, doesn't it? Like, oh, MJ, I think we need to cut down social media a bit. It's getting a bit long. Oh, okay, yeah. Well, I just won't read them all out then. So, MJ, is there anything you cut out this week?
Yeah, but you cut out the best one. That's the problem. You've self-edited too much.
Yeah, I have put a bit too much on it, and I put a bit too much restraint on it. No, I'm sorry. What was your name? Hashi, I think. I don't have their name to hand, but yeah, I'm sorry that yours didn't quite. Well, it did make the cut in the end, so there you go.
Cool. No, I genuinely was just curious how much editing you'd done. I didn't necessarily expect for us to stem into a conversation. I apologize.
Yeah, so I did actually leave in most this week because I thought they were all pretty valuable.
Cool.
Except for that one.
Yeah.
Moo.
Terrible human being.
Yeah.
Wait, which one?
That one. No, he means you left out the hash brown. You.
Oh, sorry.
Subjected that to a lonely life.
Yeah.
Not about ice cream. When I'm talking about ice cream, not about milkshakes, though, is it? So, Hashbrown Milkshake. Yes or no?
Oh, I'm all over that.
I'd probably try it. I don't think I would necessarily turn it away.
No. It's just greasy hotness, though, isn't it? A hash brown.
Yeah. So are you.
Thank you.
Weird, but decent.
I don't really have anything else. I did think about putting something at the end, doing a little game at the end. I didn't have any creativity to come up with anything.
I'm glad, if I'm honest. I'm fed up.
Nice, decent, cool.
We've recorded 3 podcasts tonight, haven't we?
We have. I guess we may as well use this as an opportunity to. That's a good point, MJ. That's something we can do.
Yeah, I do have the list.
Yeah, cool. So anyone who is who is going to give us money, we are on Patreon.
Call them what they are.
I will. You can be a postman Patreon. Patreon. That doesn't really work. Postman Patreon by visiting patreon.com//Food Review UK, where you can give to us on one of 3 tiers, which are, Michael, what are the 3 tiers?
Silver, gold, and diamond.
And 4 tiers for fears, where you can give us some money.
And of a clown.
Tears of a clown, of course. Tears of cake.
Tears on my pillow.
Tears on my pillows.
Tears on my pillow. Pain in my heart over you. Do you remember Jason Donovan?
Who doesn't?
Remember.
There's quite a lot of people that don't remember Jason Donovan who listen to this.
What's the one about?
Who never heard of him, would
Is there one about tears leaving tracks down my face?
The tracks of my tears.
Yeah.
Just take a good look at my face. You'll see my smile looks out of place. If you look closer, it's easy to trace the tracks of my tears. Do 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 do. I need you, need you. No one. Fine.
Wow, that's beautiful.
But instead we went for silver, gold, diamond.
Can we rename the Patreon tiers? Bottom tier, On My Pillow. Second tier, Of a Clown. Top tier, Tracks of My.
I like it. I also like the idea of a fourth tier.
Being called Coca-Cola League 2.
Yeah, correct. But equally, that allows people in that tier to every month rename the tiers.
Oh, imagine.
And
every month the tier names change.
Start off being called the Final Front.
Yeah, that works. Correct. Anyway, off target, off subject, everything. So please head on over to patreon.com/Food Review UK, where you can support the show, support MJ, support all the various endeavours that he and we do and did and will do and done in, for example, this episode. And in exchange for that, you will get a shout out on the podcast. Now, because the Patreon has been rebranded in recent months, thought it would be a good idea just to get back to basics, and everyone who is on the new tiers, give you all a quick shout out, and then we can keep a track of you and whatnot. So some of you are going to be very lucky, because this might be your second shout out. But we don't care. As long as you don't care, don't tell anyone.
And I believe Michael has prepared this in the form of a freestyle rap.
Oh, God.
Yo, so a big thank you to all our supporters. You don't know how much you're worth. We've got Jack Wordsworth, Zeej LR, William Ellison Mullen, yo. And there's Mo, like Greg Lowe. And who can? Mark can. Sitting on the Hills, Amelia Hills, Becca Lumps, Joe Camp, Shelby May, Ashley Gaffney, In Your Gaffer. This rap is going off a cliff. Don't Let It Go with Aaron Cunliffe, Liam Thompson, Warren Minix, Jack Falvey 4. And you want more? Pierce Moore. Julian Lucas, Arturo Murillo, Vanden Bowen. Who's the trickiest? Leon Tricker, Logan James. And are we all white? We all white because we got Cameron White. Boo.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Bad, awful, yeah. Embarrassing for me, really. One of the low moments of a bad year, so...
Which is ironic, because for some of those, that's probably their high moment. Getting shouted out on a podcast that they've paid for.
Yeah, they fucking paid for that.
Did you say
I
Leon?
think my year's been shit.
Yeah, Leon.
Yeah, he's still on there. So if he's dead...
Leon, come on, man.
If he's dead, or you're still juicing him.
Jesus, that's hell.
Yeah, I might have to refund that, actually. That's bad, isn't it?
Yeah. Can you please, joking aside, can you please get in touch with him and tell him we miss him?
Yeah, I will actually. I'll send him a little message now.
Ask how his brother is.
Uh,
Speaking of milkshakes. Don't know what that means. Don't know what that means. His dad was the Porgsman, wasn't it? Or so, I can't remember. Well, thank you very much for all of those people who donate and give money and time and love to the show. It is very much appreciated. And just know that your money goes towards ice cream that is thrown away. Just know that. Just every month, every cent of your donations is essentially going in the bin. That is all I've got for this week's episode. Thank you guys for joining me. Sorry it wasn't a subject that you're particularly a fan of, Stuart.
Just fuck off, man. Stop it.
He's fuming. He's fuming.
Huh?
Oh my God, he's just walked out in a rage. Fucking hell. You've really got to him there. I don't think emotionally. Clearly, he's been a bit erratic all evening and emotionally unstable. I'm a bit worried about him.
Do you think I should apologise?
No, don't apologise. No. You haven't done anything wrong, mate. Oh, he's coming back. Hang on. Are you right, Stuart? Are you feeling it better now?
Yeah, I've splashed a bit of water on my face and just calm myself down, deep breaths. I'm all right again now. Now. Ask me again about a crusher.
Do you like crusher?
Don't know, I've never had it, no opinion, carry on.
Milkshakes. They are good for animosity. But thank you guys for joining me, and thank you all to the listeners out there, even the ones that don't pay into Patreon, you little people that want free entertainment. Ugh, little scallywags. Hope you've enjoyed this. Next time round, I don't know what next time round is. There's a chance it might be the Quivia special part 3. Who knows? Will I be bothered to do that? Possibly not. Who knows? We'll find out.
Sure, yeah, are we? We're not sure on that one.
No, I definitely want to do it, but I just don't know whether I've got the time. And also, I was thinking, I don't know who we're even going to get on the third one. But that's the conversation. That's a conversation we have off.
Had all the clever people on before, so.
Was that? We've already got 2 finalists.
Yep, mate.
And
Gossy. Not so.
MJ.
And that's the real quiz.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever won a Quivia special, Michael?
One Quivia today. That's all I really wanted.
Not a special though, is it?
All I ever wanted was to see you crying.
The funny thing is, he nearly did win it, and it was only the last round that screwed him up.
What's that, tonight?
No, the Quivia special.
Yeah.
The first one. Yeah.
Milkshakes! Huh! Good God, y'all! What is it good for? Animosity! Quivia! Huh! Good God, y'all! What is it good for? Separating the men from the boys.
What are you in that scenario then? The man or the boy?
The man, I am the man. The man. Into Quivia specials, which is where it counts. Where it counts. Where it counts.
Where's the cut-off point? I see we've nailed this thing. Leaving shows.
So just direct message Nate, tell him to buy Raspberry Crusher, and that's all you need to do. Don't direct message him and send him just comments. Actually, yeah.
In fact, it's probably best if you want to get your message to him, if you just drop him a text. So if you go for 07896.
Yeah, go on, carry on.
Then just try 6 numbers. How hard is it to put 6 numbers together?
It's easy. There's only 9 numbers plus 0.
Exactly, which is 10.
It's 10.
Each could be, yeah. So
there's only one number plus 9.
So there's 10. You need the 6 numbers in the rest of his phone number.
Yeah.
And there's 10 options, so that's 60. How long is it going to take you to try all 60?
Well, exactly. It's go through the first one. Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? Okay, boom. What? A minute?
Yeah. It's going to take you, tops a minute.
Yeah.
And you could be
texting. Imagine if someone nails it first time.
And you could be texting Nathan Peterson.
Or just message me, I'll give you it on the slide.
Yeah.
Make sure you do it on personal inbox.
And if you don't know how to get in touch with Michael, it's probably best if you just send him a quick text message on 07769 217. Oh! Made it a bit easier there, didn't I? Just 3, so.
But then you'll realise it does actually. He will actually reply, and then you'll be just blocking your own number. You'll just be cancelling your phone contact.
Yeah. Hope you like dick pics.
Or selfies, as Michael calls them. Yeah.
Is this part of the show, or is this the cold outro?
I mean, I'm intending for it to be part of the show. Yeah.
Seems like the end.
It's the main bit of the show.
Quite a lot we need to cut out in here tonight.
Is there?
We need to, there was all the bits I said and whatnot.
Yeah.
Definitely some bits you said. Definitely. Checking my phone.
See if anyone's texted you yet. Don't think Nate knows how podcasts work.
Imagine if after 3 years he didn't realise he thought he was going out live.
Used to do live podcasts, so that's not as funny as you think. My first ever podcast was a live podcast.
All right.
Oh, I know they exist.
Bruno Brooks.
Yeah.
Such a reference.
Yeah.
Definitely capitalised on our listenership.
Yeah, Rover, the dog.
I was just checking that listener to the show and indeed guest recently, Adam Ducky Ducksters, getting all your duckies in, has subscribed to the soon-to-be award-winning podcast, Dyson Design.
Love that.
And he sent a video to me of him actually doing the subscription itself.
Wow.
So, thank you, Duckers. Ducky Ducksters. Ducky Doodah. Adam.
This is one of those ones that never ends, isn't it?
Yeah, we also got followed by Not Safe for Wizards, which is a lovely little name for a podcast.
Nice.
Right.
Oh, might as well promote Stuart's show. Stuart, if you enjoy that sort of thing, head on over to YouTube and you can hear his latest character, Dweezil Vampire. How do you say his surname?
Van Zaffer.
Van Zaffer. You can hear him doing Bardcore, which is essentially medieval versions of modern day songs. He's got three songs released so far. What are they called, Stuart?
There's Unceasing Conviction, which is a cover of Journey's Don't Stop Believing. There's No Surfs, which is a cover of No Scrubs by TLC. And there's 19 Troubles, which is a cover of 19 Worries, which is a cover of 99 Problems by Jay-Z. And dropping this Friday is Ravnica, which is a cover of Toto's Africa.
I want to slightly correct Nate, actually. He said that, actually I can't remember what he said. Oh no, if you're interested in that kind of thing, I think he said, no, this is for everyone. This is amazing.
It's for the children, isn't it? Yeah, it's for everyone. Brilliant. All encompassing.
Yeah.
Bringing people together.
That was implied, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's actually embarrassed me that you feel that you had to say it. But yeah, please head on over to Dweezil's channel and like, subscribe, view, watch, hit the upload, download, side load.
Upload some videos to it. Please do.
Please.
So, we need to get that promoted on FRUK, actually, don't we?
Save me a job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Cheers.
Cool.
Imagine if someone was still actually listening. We actually had someone commenting on the latest video saying that people actually listen to the end. I think this episode is probably going to be the challenge for some.
Oh, there'll be no one.
This is the litmus test, isn't it?
Yeah, this is us now. Yeah, it's like Donald Trump, man, person, woman. Like, it's at the end of that test. How far do you listen to this? And I suppose he would be listening.
Just us three and Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Man.
I don't even know what I'm saying.
Camera.
Person, man, woman, camera, TV.
Yeah.
Person.
That's not easy to say those words. It's not that's not an easy thing
It's
to
5
say.
words. Give the man a break. 5 words.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not.
3.
It's not easy. It's
No,
hard.
it's difficult.
3 of which are very much linked.
Yeah,
And the other 2 are pretty much linked.
yeah.
Sorry. How are they linked?
Man, person, woman.
Sorry, how are those linked? No, seriously, I don't understand how those are similar. I don't even know what. One's a
Camera
verb.
TV.
One's a doing word.
Stuart needs a wee.
Oh, we need to wrap this up. Like Stuart needs to wrap up his dick so he doesn't piss himself. No. Yeah. Okay. Thanks for. Well, no, you know.
I do normally do it, but I think you should probably this time.
So, thanks for listening to Drive Zone, the best automobile podcast in your ears right now. Next week we'll be discussing the anticipated release of the Ford GT 2020 model and talk. Is it really all it's cracked up to be?
Interestingly, I thought you said dry zone, which is something that Stuart's probably wishing that he could urinate into.
Thank you for listening to Dry Zone, the UK's #1 no moisture.
Sahara Desert. Is it really what it's cracked up to be?
Stop the podcast. I want to get off.
And salt, does it really make you want to drink more?
Scum. Right, goodbye everyone. Podcast is over.
Is it?
Yeah, it is. It is. Done.
This one's never ending.
You can also, if you subscribe to patreon.com /Food Review UK, you can hear some of our other podcasts, which are the TV dinner episodes where we recently reviewed, or we will be reviewing upcoming, Delia Smith How to Cook Part 2, Episode 1, and also Kantaro, Super Sexy Sweet Man, which is a show on Netflix.
There is actually quite a major difference between this podcast and the other podcasts that we've recorded, because those ones actually end. This one.
And Stuart didn't need to go for a wee during those ones.
Still going. So yeah, just really wanted to say more than anything. I can't do it.
Bye.